Hi, my name's Jim Lockett and I work for Motus Stoke. Been here for the last 20 years, valeting, driving, what have you. Now I'm doing sales coordinator and just sales support really. Just over 3 years ago I started feeling some pain in my left leg. Carried on thinking it would go away, but it didn't. It just got worse. Kept putting it off. I remember trying to valet a truck and really struggled. So bit the bullet and thought I'd better ring the doctors. I was in a lot of agony. They asked me to go up and they gave me an injection, which unfortunately didn't work. So they decided to send me for an x-ray, and the results come back that I needed both of my hips replacing. Bit gobsmacked, because you know I'm not old, until my wife reminded me of my age. Then I thought, okay, fair enough. Unfortunately we were going through COVID, so I think it was 18 months I had to wait. Everything kept getting cancelled and moving on as everybody did. I ended up in a mobility scooter, which took some time to get me into. You know, it's not something that you feel good about going round in, but other than that I never left the house. I didn't go out the house for 6 months. I couldn't go out, couldn't walk, couldn't get to the front door. Somebody would knock with a parcel. By the time I got there he'd gone, so it wasn't good. Eventually I got a date for my operation at Stafford Hospital, so I got there 7 in the morning, settled in, went down to theatre about 1 o'clock. Fine, everything's good. Gave me an epidural in my spine. Lying there, dead relaxed. Next thing, my heart rate apparently went through the roof. We cancelled the operation. 24 hours later, they discharged me from Stafford. I went home. I went bed. Bit early, I suppose, but I was tired. I woke up at about 5 in the morning, and I couldn't. Well, I was struggling to breathe. Basically, I was gasping for breath. So I went up to A&E, and they sent me for another X-ray because my body was filling and my lungs were filling with fluid. So they gave me an injection to move the excess fluid. About 6 bottles later, I passed most of it away. I was then taken up to the heart ward. I was in there for 5 days. They told me that I'd had heart failure. That was a big shock, as it is to most people when you're told that, because they tell you that they can't fix it, but they can prolong your life. So straight away you are, you know, hey, your life's just changed in a second, and everything's different. Unfortunately, I stupidly googled heart failure, and basically it said I've got 6 months live. So you can imagine at that point how I felt. Sitting in a hospital bed, can't walk, had heart failure, I've got 6 months live. Should never have googled it, you know, it's the silliest thing I've ever done. But never mind, I did. I felt low. I felt really low. They discharged me and they monitored me. Told me I couldn't have my hip done at that point because I wasn't strong enough, and there would be a massive problem. I would have to be at Stoke, because if they had to blue light me from, they'd have to blue light me from Stafford, we'd have a big problem. So I got the date eventually for the operation, this time at Stoke, but I was classed as high risk. I went in, I had my hip replaced, in my left hip replaced, and it all went well. Went home. It's tough, and it's a big shock to the system, you know. But physically I was getting stronger. But I didn't realise that mentally I wasn't. Mentally I was struggling, really was struggling. I think for the first time in my life, I probably felt that I couldn't look after my family. Even though I got massive support and help from the family and friends and the colleagues at work, well, you can't say too much about them. They were fantastic, honestly, fantastic. Every department, every department, from parts through to accounts to service to the lads on the shop floor. They should be proud of some of the people they employ here. Something still wasn't right. I went to see the heart failure nurse, and I think it was the last time I went before they discharged me. And basically, she says to me, I went from talking to crying. I'd be talking normal, and the minute I spoke about how I felt, I'd be crying. And so she advised me to go see my doctor, of which I did. I made an appointment, and he prescribed me some light antidepressants, which, you know, I've never had nothing like that in my life, but I knew I needed help. So I took them, and they have worked. I'm a lot calmer. I feel loads better. I feel happier in myself, and they have worked, you know, massively. I must stress that health is really important, you know, and there's been nobody worse than me at times, stubborn, and, you know, I'll be okay, I'll be alright, and you're not, you know. If you feel something's not right, trust your instinct, because normally it isn't. There is something wrong. It might be really small, it might be something that's bigger you catch early, and all it does is plays on your mind as well and affects your life. In my experience, if I hadn't seen the doctor at that time, I probably wouldn't be here today, I'll be honest with you. So I'm glad I did what I did. As tough as it was, it worked for me. Listen, thanks for listening, and all stay good and safe, and thank you.